Okay, so this is D1. This is going to be 5 minutes. 5, 4, 3.
Hi, Mary and Derek. My guest is Susan Pascale, musical director and founder of Pascale Music Institute in South Pasadena. She has provided string music classes and private lessons to hundreds of children. As you just mentioned, they often win some major honors. So Susan, welcome, and let's talk a little bit about these wonderful children you have. I think you call them the Littles.
Yes, these are members of the Littles Quartet. Their ages are 6 through 8. And actually, they just got back from Carnegie Hall where we performed with the whole orchestra.
How incredible. So tell us, what happened in Carnegie Hall?
Well, they're all part of the Los Angeles Children's Orchestra. There's 48 kids, and they're all part of the Pascale Music Institute. And for about 1 year, we've been practicing really hard to get there. It's actually a high school festival, but because the kids play at such a high level, they were also invited.
Isn't that incredible? We've got kindergartners, first grade and second grade. And you said you're in third grade? Second grade, yeah. And playing at Carnegie Hall. Can we hear a little bit?
Yes, let's play.
All right. So the Littles. So what inspired you to start teaching 5-, 6-, and 7-year-olds to play music like this?
Well, actually, I'm from Long Island, and I moved out to California 17 years ago. When I first moved here with my daughter, who was second grade, she had already been playing in her school orchestra in New York. So I naturally thought there would be an orchestra for her to play in. And apparently there was nothing in the local area or beyond. So I decided to teach classes for free, just to have kids for her to play with.
Incredible.
So I offered this free class and 25 kids signed up. And that was the beginning of my orchestra because we put all the kids together, and at first they were all violin, and then I started adding cello kids and bass, and 17 years later, we're a full orchestra.
And then how did you take that from studying here to going to Carnegie Hall?
Well, every 4 years we decided, after the first time we went, was in 2004, that we would make it like the Olympics. Every 4 years we would work really hard and go to Carnegie Hall.
Oh, it's just wonderful. Well, I'm so excited. I have 3 of my children now studying with you, and so we're all planning for 4 years from now to go to Carnegie Hall. So was your family a musical family?
My father played amateur violin, and my mom was an artist. But there was opera and other types of music playing in the household. So naturally, all of the kids, with there 4 of us in our family, ended up doing some sort of music.
So, for these children, they're so young. How much do they have to practice a week to be able to perform like this?
Well, actually, all the kids in the program, we're the Pascale Music Institute, they come in and they start on piano. So we teach kids as young as 3 1/2 on keyboards. And my philosophy is, if you're going to be home doing shape sorter and other toys like that, you might as well put them on a keyboard. And in the beginning class, even at 3 1/2, they're learning to listen, high, low, learning black and white keys, finger patterns, and things like that. When they reach 4 1/2 years old, they're invited to enter the strings program. And that's when most of the kids start on violin with me. And I actually have my own method of teaching. It's a Galamian-based method, and it's called Pascale Method for Beginning Violin.
Of course.
Yeah. And after the 12-week class, we really want to make sure kids have an aptitude for the violin. Some kids were like, well, I like violin, but I'm not that comfortable. So then we'll let them try bass and cello and viola. So kids might start on violin but end up on the cello.
And then do you continue with them on through high school, or is it just
many of the kids will go through high school and off to college from our program. And we're very proud that the kids reach a very high level, and they go off to schools like Juilliard and win scholarships, Carnegie Mellon, like full scholarships, half scholarships. So my philosophy is, if you're going to do something, do it right, do it at a high level, and work hard. So not all the kids are practicing 3 or 5 hours a day. These kids practice, I think, an hour a day or an hour and a half a day. Some kids, if they're very busy, maybe 30 minutes a day. But the idea is that they're very consistent with their practice.
Wow.
And there's always something to practice for. So for example, every year we do music in the parks and we go to Disneyland. We play a festival at Disneyland.
They are just magnificent, and so I can hardly wait to have my kids doing this, and it's just really a treat. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that all of you have been inspired and maybe think about getting your children in Pascale Institute as well. So back to you, Mary and Derek.
Good.
2, 1, rolling.
3, rolling. Whenever the kids are ready.